Hi, I'm A.F. Stedman, the author of Skandar and the Unicorn Thief. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about my inspiration for the book. It was strange because when I had the idea, I wasn't really reading much fantasy books. When I was growing up, I read a lot of fantasy. I loved books about adventures, mystery, dragons, magic, all that kind of thing. But when I had the idea, I was studying law, and I was walking along from the train station in Oxford, and I just had this kind of image in my head suddenly of a boy riding something, and I wasn't sure what it was to start with, and I kind of semi-closed my eyes a little bit to kind of try and work out what it was, and it looked like a unicorn, and it had wings, and it kind of looked different from the unicorns that I'd kind of got used to seeing in fairy tales and the ones in the shops with rainbows and that you might wear for Halloween or something like that. And yeah, so I saw Skandar riding this deadly unicorn, and then from there I built a world for them to live in. So in the world of Skandar, there are two kinds of unicorns: bonded unicorns and wild unicorns. Now, firstly with wild unicorns. Now these are the most dangerous, most bloodthirsty, most fearsome beasts that you could ever imagine. These aren't the kind of fluffy, friendly unicorns that we have kind of come to know, that have creeped into the shops and people hold soft toys of. No, these are the really, really dangerous ones. If you come across one, you're unlikely to survive. Then you have the bonded unicorns. Now these unicorns are still deadly and they're still bloodthirsty, but what makes the difference between them and the wild ones is that they bond with a rider for life. So a rider will hatch them from their egg. Yes, unicorns are born out of eggs, and then they will become a team. And because they're a team, it's a way for those unicorns to be controlled, and their rider is the only one who can really do that. In Skandar's world, there are 4 official elements: fire, water, earth, and air, and they form the foundation of the magic that the unicorns and riders use. The reason this happens is because the island itself is elemental. There are 4 fault lines on the island that run all the way across it, and everything that's magic in the world comes from this elemental force. When Skandar first arrives on the island, he arrives at the Mirror Cliffs, which are kind of reflective as a way to kind of protect the island from discovery. He then makes his way to the hatchery. The hatchery is a big kind of green mound, if you think about a sort of Viking burial mound, and it has a big door, the hatchery door, which people are required to open if they want to hatch a unicorn inside. So after the hatchery, one of the other places that's really important for Skandar is the Eyrie. Now the Eyrie is the rider training school. It's kind of like the trees there are armor, and it's mainly made up of kind of tall trees and tree houses. And the tree houses aren't wood as you might expect, they're metal, and they've kind of all got sort of different decoration on them for the 4 elements. So there's kind of some metal painted red and yellow and green. So there's this kind of cacophony of different colours kind of amongst the green of the trees as well. And all of the trees kind of have metal surrounding them because the unicorns, when they're little, find it particularly difficult to control their magic, and you don't want them taking down whole trees. Also on the island there are 4 zones. So there's a fire zone, a water zone, an earth zone, and an air zone.